So students, now let's start activity 2.1, graph of an inverse trigonometric function. So our objective for this activity is to draw the graph of sine inverse x using the graph of sine x and demonstrate the concept of mirror reflection about the line y equals to x. So students, now let's start the method of construction for the given activity. Step 1. Take a cardboard of dimension 30 cm by 30 cm. Take a graph paper cut it into square shape. Cut it into a square shape and paste it on the cardboard. Step 3. Draw two perpendicular lines on the graph paper. So using a ruler, draw two perpendicular lines on the graph paper. Name them as x dash OX and YO Y dash coordinate axis. Mark the points on positive y-axis as 0.5, 1, 1.5 and 2. Similarly, on the negative y-axis, mark the points minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 1.5 and minus 2. Step 6. Graduate the axis and mark approximately the points pi by 6, sine pi by 6, comma, pi by 4 and sine pi by 4, pi by 2, sine pi by 2. That is pi by 6, 0.5, pi by 4, 0.71, pi by 3, 0.87. That is the approximate value of sine pi by 3 and pi by 2 and sine pi by 2, that is 1. And mark these points in the coordinate plane. Step 7. Make holes on these points using pin or nail. And name them as N1, N2, N3 and N4. Repeat the above process on the negative x-axis by marking the points So repeat the above process on the negative x-axis by marking the points minus pi by 6 sine minus pi by 6 minus pi by 4 comma sine minus pi by 4 minus pi by 2 and sine minus pi by 2, that is minus pi by 6 comma minus 0.5, that is the approximate value of sine minus pi by 6, minus pi by 4 comma minus 0.71, which is the approximate value of sine minus pi by 4, minus pi by 3 comma minus 0.87 comma minus pi by 2 comma minus 1, and mark these points on the negative x-axis and make hole on these points. And make holes at these points using a pin or a nail, and name them as N1 dash, N2 dash, N3 dash and N4 dash. Also make a hole at O. Draw perpendicular from the points N1, N2, N3 and N4 on the line y equals to x and produce these lines such that the length of the perpendicular on both sides of the line y equals to x are equal. So draw the perpendicular from the points n1, n2, n3 and n4 on the line y equals to x and produce these lines such that the length of the perpendicular on both sides of the line y equals to x are equal. And name the points on the other side of the line as I1, I2, I3 and I4. Now step 10. Repeat the above process in the negative of x-axis to get the images as I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash and I4 dash. Now join all the points I1, I2, I3 and I4 and I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash and I4 dash on both sides of the line y equals to x. That is, join the points I1, I2, I3 and I4 to I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash and I4 dash on both sides of the line y equals to x to obtain the graph of y equals to sine inverse x. So students, as you can see here in the diagram, clearly we see that clearly we see that the two functions sin x and sin inverse x are mirror images of each other. So students, now let's see the demonstration for the given activity. Put a mirror on the line y equals to x. The image of the graph of sine x. So put a mirror on the line y equals to x. The image of the graph of sine x in the mirror will represent the graph of sine inverse x, showing that it is the mirror reflection of sine x, and vice versa. That is, the mirror reflection of sine inverse x will give us the image of sine x, and the mirror reflection of sine x will give us the image of sine inverse x. So students, now let's see the observation for the given activity. First, the image of the point n1 in the mirror, the line y equals to x, is I1. As the mirror is placed at the line y equals to x, so the image for the point n1 is I1. The image of the point n2 in the mirror, the line y equals to x is I2. The image of the point n3 in the mirror, the line y equals to x is I3. The image of the point n4 in the mirror, the line y equals to x is I4. The image of point n1 dash in the mirror, the line y equals to x is I1 dash. 6. The image of point n2 dash in the mirror the line y equals to x is I2 dash. The image of the point N3 dash in the mirror the line. So the image of the point N3 dash in the mirror the line y equals to x is I3 dash. The image of the point N4 dash in the mirror the line y equals to x is I4 dash. The image of the graph of sin x in y equals to x is, so the image of the graph of sin x in y equals to x is the graph of sin inverse x. And the image of the graph of sin inverse x in y equals to x is the graph of sin x. So the image of the graph of sin x in y equals to x is the graph of sin inverse x, and the image of the graph of sin inverse x in y equals to x is the graph of sin x.